One creative minds, welcome to another sewing project. If you're new here, you're welcome to this channel. My name is Marvel and I share pattern drafting, sewing tutorials and everything fashion related and make fashion easy and fun. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting this channel. I'm very grateful. So today's project, I'm going to be showing you how to make a scissors neckline. You'll be amazed how easy this is to make. So I'm going to be showing you how to draft it and also how to cut on your fabric. So this, I made it into a mini dress, just as you are seeing in this video. If this looks like what you're interested in learning, then stick with me to the end, as I'll be sharing with you every process on how I came about this beautiful dress. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment, and also I post new tutorial every Sundays. Let's get right into it. So I'm going to be using a very stretchy fabric for this. When I mean stretchy, I mean very stretchy, and I'm going to be using the plain part for this, because this you can use the flowery part or you can use the plain side. So I'll be using the plain side. So we're going to go ahead and first draft. So this, my pattern is on fold, and I've gone ahead to mark my shoulder line, bust point, under bust and waistline for the upper part that I'll be needing for this dress. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark the neckline, the shoulder line I'm working with, which is 8 inches. I went up by 1 inch for shoulder slope, and I came down by 8 inches to get the chest line that I'll be working with, and I will label that chest line just like I did. So I'm going to be marking what I mark at the upper part of the shoulder, which is 8 inches. This is just to enable me have an accurate straight line as always. So the next step is to impute the round bust measurement I'm working with. After imputing it there, at that point I marked 8 inches. I divided by 2, which is 4, and I went out by 0.5 inches, and I'll connect all 3 line dots like I'm doing here in this video to get our armhole curve. So for the neck depth I'm working with, I'm doing 4 by 4 inches. Okay, I'm doing 4 by 4 inches for the neckline. Then I'm going to connect to the shoulder slope just like I did. So the next step is to impute all our circumference measurement, and for this, if you're working with the fabric, you can just go ahead and impute your bust dart. But before then, I'm just going to mark my nipple to nipple measurement all the way, just like I'm doing here. Then at the bust point, I mark my round bust measurement and connect like so. Then at the under bust, I'll mark what I'm using for the round under bust, and I'll mark it. And the waistline, I'll do the same, waist measurements divided by 4, and I'll impute it to get my accurate measurements. So the next step now, for my bust point, I'll go down by 1.5 inches because that's what I'm going to be using for the bust dart. But I'm not going to be using a dart for this dress because I'm using a very stretchy fabric. So I'm just showing you this so that in case you are using maybe a fabric that is not stretchy, you can go ahead and impute your darts just like so. So I'm just going to highlight with my marker so that you will be seeing how it looks like. And next step now is to go ahead and cut out. So after cutting out, I'm just going to go ahead and impute what I have on this side at the other part of my pattern paper. Remember, I told you at the beginning that this pattern paper is actually on fold. So at the upper part, I added ½ inches for stitching allowance for the shoulder. So I'm just going to extend my lines to the other side. So I just extended it a bit just like I did. So now we're going to work on our scissors neckline, so pay attention please. So for my shoulder, I went down by 8.5 inches. That's how deep I want the neckline to be. You can do 7 inches, depends on you. Then at that point, I'm going to curve it to my armhole at this side. Then I'm going to curve it to the shoulder of the other side. So just watch how I'm going to be connecting it. I wanted to use my curved rule to connect it, so I'm just trying to do it in a way that is going to come out really neatly. So just watch how I'm doing it. Let it be in a curvy way to the other side of the shoulder. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a rough work just like I'm doing here. Then I'll go ahead and curve it again with my free hand. So you can use a free hand for this, because at the end of the day I used my free hand to connect it to give it the curve shape that I wanted. So just go ahead and curve it like so, exactly just like I did here. So that's the first step for creating a scissors neckline. The next step now is from that upper shoulder part, I'm going to do 3 inches. So you can do 2 inches or 3.5, but I'll be marking 3 inches at that point. After marking 3 inches, I'll fold my pattern to get the midpoint and rule a straight line on that midpoint. So I'll just rule a straight line to that midpoint, just to at least to my chest line. So for my bust point, I went up by 1 inches at my bust point. Then that 3 inches I mark at my shoulder, I'll connect it all the way to my bust point like so, and I'll highlight it with my marker so that you see how the design is going to come up. So I'm just going to go ahead and extend the straight line that I marked, just like so you can see. So at this point you can just transfer your bust dart to the other side. Like I said, I'm just doing this for persons who might be using a fabric that is not stretchy. So this is how you come about it. So just go ahead and transfer your bust dart to the other side of your fabric like I did here. So that's basically for the drafting, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the parts I'll be needing. So just pay attention to the parts I'm cutting. So I'm not going to be needing the other side, that's this side that I've just taken out. We won't be needing it anymore. This is the pattern now we're going to be working with. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out this shoulder part, and voila, this is what we're going to be working with. So I'll place it on my, I'll show you how you place it on your fabric. So when placing it on your fabric like so, place it like this. So this, I'm going to be placing it on my fabric, and I'm also going to be cutting a lining piece for this as well. So just pin down and place it on your fabric. So I'll place it and I'll cut aside, and I'll keep that aside. So let's go ahead and draft the back piece. So for the back piece, I've gone ahead to impute my zipper allowance, my chest line, bust point, and the waistline I'm working with. So the next part now is to go ahead and just impute all our basic measurements. I've gone ahead to measure my my shoulder line. So remember I did 4 inches by 4 for the front. So for the back I'll do 4 by 6 inches because I want the back to be a bit deep. So if you don't want yours to be deep, you can do 4 by 4 or even 4 by 3. So I'll just go ahead and connect to my shoulder slope. Then to get my armhole curve, I'll do the same thing I did at the front, get the midpoint there, go out by 0.3 inches. Then I'll mark my round under bust at my bust points, my chest line. Then I'll go ahead and connect with a curve to get my armhole curve. Okay, so you remember I told you that I'm working with a stretchy fabric, so I'm not going to be imputing a dart on this, but you can go ahead and impute your normal dart. So what I did now is to impute my basic measurements, and I connected just like I did. So I'm just going to highlight everything I've done right now with my marker, and so that you will understand. Don't forget that I imputed 1 inches for zipper because I'm going to be adding a little zipper to the top part of this. So for the shoulder of the front, you remember we did 3 inches, so I'm just going to mark 3 inches and I'll curve it down to my armhole curve so that my shoulder will align with the front part. So I'm just going to work on my zipper. So I'll go out there by 0.5 inches and I'll connect with a slanted line, just like I did there, to get rid of any gaping. at the back. So that's basically it for the back pattern. The next step now is to go ahead and cut out. Then I'm going to be cutting on my fabric. Don't forget to include all your allowances when cutting on your fabric, or even you can also include your allowances on your pattern paper so you do not forget when cutting on your fabric. So I'm not going to be imputing any allowance to mine because, like I said, I'm working with a very stretchy fabric. So after cutting this out, the next step now is to go ahead and cut on fabric. So I've cut out on fabric for the front piece. Next, we're going to be joining all our pieces together quickly. So like I told you earlier, I cut out lining piece for all my pattern, for all the main fabric. So now I'm going to be turning it over. You can see how our scissors neckline is looking beautifully already. So I'm just going to place my lining piece on it, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch it all the way to the down part. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch my lining piece on the fabric all the way around, just like I'm demonstrating with my finger. I'm also just going to be leaving the upper parts, that is just the shoulder part. I'll just be leaving that part, and the down part, those are the parts I'm not going to stitch. I'll do same for the back piece as well. I'll go ahead and stitch around the sides and leaving just the shoulder parts, the neckline, the armhole, and the sides. So this is what it looks like by the time I was done stitching. I left the upper part, which I said I would, and the down part, and also the other side. So now I'm going to place them on top each other, just like so. I'll just go ahead and neatly place them together, just like I'm doing, and I'll use my pin to pin down properly so as to enable me get a neat outcome. So at this point, you can decide to not just take it to your machine directly, but I wanted to really pin it down so as for it to lap appropriately. So I'll just pin down, and after pinning down, this is what it looks like. I'll take it to my machine and I'll stitch all the side I pinned down like so. So I'll just go ahead and cut out all the excess I have at the down part and also the sides neatly. At this point, if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, do well by hitting the subscription button and also turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I post new tutorials. So this is the back. This is what it looks like. I can see how neat it's looking. So I'll go ahead and stitch the top part. Then for the back piece as well, I turned out with my lining as well. I'll just go ahead and give it a good press and keep aside. So after stitching, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to add my skirt part. So this is just like a basic skirt. I already have skirt tutorials on this channel. You can go ahead and watch. I'll also include links for you to watch it. So I'll go ahead and add my skirt part to the down part. So this is just a short dress. So after adding the skirt parts of both the back and the front, the next step now is to join the shoulder. So I'm just going to insert one of the front shoulder in the back shoulder like so, and I'll open it up and I'll arrange it like I'm doing here, and I'll stitch it at this point. This is just to give it a very neat outcome. So after stitching, this is what it looks like. You can see how neat the joining at the shoulder is looking. So the next step now is to go ahead and close up my dress. So I'm going to be fixing a very short zipper at the back of the dress because this is a stretchy fabric. I just want to impute that zipper. It's going to be a very short zipper. So the next step now is to go ahead and close up all my dress, and that's basically all for this tutorial. While I'm closing up at the side, I will just go ahead and impute this part at the side just to give it a little bit of design so it doesn't come out too plain. I hope you learned something, and I hope you'll be trying this out. See you in my next tutorial, guys. Bye.